Well, good morning and welcome back to CityLine. With me, I have, oh my gosh, two lovely individuals who could literally teach you how to save your life. And we are talking about CPR Sunday in this segment. So please join me in welcoming Russ Ivy. Hello, my dear. Welcome back.
Hi.
Why is it I only get to see you once a year?
I don't know.
Maybe it's a good thing, because if I saw you more, it might be under different circumstances. But obviously, you are with the Tacoma Fire Department. Welcome back, my friend.
Thank you.
And this beautiful woman next to you, Cathy Mattson. Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you?
I am well.
You answered that correctly, according to my English teacher mother, I have to tell you. You are, it says below, survivor. And I think I love the phrase survivor, but I think by looking into those blue eyes, I would say you're also a thriver. How's that? Yeah,
that's perfect.
Because you're thriving. I can see it right now.
Yes.
So welcome to CityLine, and thank you for being here. And your beautiful husband is watching from the green room as well. So do you want to say good morning to him as well?
Good morning.
There we go, sweetheart. Good morning. So let's talk about this. If somebody hasn't perhaps guessed by the title, let's fill them in. What is CPR Sunday?
CPR is a mass training that's put on by the Tacoma Fire Department to teach people how to do CPR and save lives.
As simple as that.
Yes.
It's like a 1, 2, 3 recipe. It's not hard.
No.
And I think we want to dispel the belief that it's difficult, because it's not difficult.
No.
And so therefore you should know this.
True.
I kind of think it's like driving a car. You better know CPR also as well. So why learn CPR? People may say, well, I'm never going to have a chance to use it, or, why would I go take a class? I can watch it on YouTube. How would you answer that?
I would say learn CPR so that you could save a life.
Mm-hmm. And you never know when you have to.
Exactly.
Yeah, absolutely. So Miss Cathy, let's talk about your journey and why you're here today, and why you are a survivor and a thriver. How did CPR play a part in that?
Well, it was Valentine's Day.
Oh, what year?
This year.
So not very long ago. You're coming up almost on a 1-year anniversary here.
Yeah, not very long ago. And my husband had taken me out to lunch at Panera at the mall. And he had gone up to get our food, and I was sitting in a chair, and my heart stopped beating. And lucky enough, a very shy manager named Ryan was working that day. And when my husband came back with the food, I was no longer breathing. And he called, asking for help. Brian came to his aid, and they put me down on the floor, and Ryan immediately started giving me CPR, because he knew CPR. And if you knew Ryan, if he were here, you would see that he is a shy kind of person, but he leaned in, and one of his co-workers, Athena, came next to him, and together they gave me CPR. And because they did it so quickly, I was able to make a full recovery. And how do you say thank you to someone who was willing to step up and do that? It was incredible. Someone else called 911, and they got there quickly. And so it was 3 weeks in ICU, and 3 weeks in cardiac care, and 3 weeks in rehab. And here I am today.
Oh my goodness. Can we add miracle? You are a miracle.
Absolute
to that
miracle.
definition too?
But miracle because someone had learned CPR, both he, Ryan, and his co-worker, Athena, both knew CPR, and were there to rescue me that day.
My goodness, I'm just sitting here, just kind of in awe of the energy in the studio right now, and your story, and also thinking about your precious husband. And in my mind, what he must have thought when he came back to the table and saw you just truly lifeless.
Right, right, yes. You know, what to do, and Ryan was right there, and Ryan and he together helped put me on the floor. And I have to tell you that they moved the tables aside right there and laid me on the floor so that when the paramedics and that got there, that they were able to work on me.
And
it was amazing.
And this seems just so trivial to say this, but I wouldn't have had a chance to ever meet you. You wouldn't be sitting here.
It's true.
And that cannot be overlooked, and it cannot be taken for granted, because that is a moment in time where somebody stepped in and changed the trajectory and the future of your life and my life and your life.
Yes.
To get to experience you. And what a gift. And look at you now. I mean, it hasn't even been a year. I mean, I would have never guessed that this happened to you. You show no signs of this. Now, I don't live with you, and I didn't know you before in terms of what your capabilities were.
Right.
But when I sit here, I don't define you as someone whose heart stopped on Valentine's Day as she was having lunch with her sweetheart at Panera. You don't look anything like that, and that's because of Ryan and Athena. They stepped in. You could very well not be here.
Oh, most definitely.
Wow,
Right.
That is incredible.
Right.
Well, I think we're done. We have 4 minutes, but what more
Okay.
needs to be said? So let's talk about this. So what can attendees expect at a class? First off, if you don't have her there, no one's going to show up. So you just might as well have her there.
Okay.
Okay.
I'll be there.
Okay, good.
Good.
All right.
Well, there's going to be a lecture.
Good.
And then after the lecture, they will go out into the gym and practice what they've just been taught.
Ryan and Athena, right there.
Right there.
Because practice makes
Perfect.
perfect. And you got to do that if you're saving lives.
Yep. And then they will get a CPR card. They may get a couple other little things depending on what we have available, but that will be the day.
So, and how long is the time commitment for that, what you just described?
So it's going to be about 2.5 to 3 hours.
2.5 to 3 hours to save a life.
Yes.
Wow. Just
Yes,
like that.
Just like that.
That is incredible. Okay, how often should we take a class?
Just about every 2 years. So the card that we give is good for 2 years.
Okay.
So that's generally what people do every 2 years to refresh your memory.
There we go. Yeah, because when you're in that moment and you think you won't remember, you really do.
You do.
But
Muscle memory.
you need to have taken that class. Let's talk about what is an AED, because this is new on the scene in terms of the big history of CPR.
Correct. An AED is an automatic external defibrillator. So we have defibrillators under the fire department, but they are manual. So we can determine what rhythms we will shock. But an AED is only looking for one particular rhythm to shock. And if it doesn't have that rhythm, it won't shock it. So it's automatic. It's almost like driving a car.
Yes.
It's very simple. They may look different, but they operate the same.
Did they use an AED on you, Cathy?
Yes, they did.
Athena and Ryan did, or the paramedics did?
Paramedic.
Paramedics. Well, thank God somebody did.
Right.
Yeah, absolutely. Because I know many offices have these in businesses. When they first came out, they were so expensive, and
Correct.
now they are just common day. Thank goodness.
Yes.
How do we register for this class?
You can do it online. I'm sure you guys have been flashing our
We
number
have.
on the screen. So call that number, get registered, and it's real simple.
Okay, and it's October 14th.
October 14th.
Any cost for this class?
It is totally free.
You know, okay, so after hearing Cathy's story, then I got to add it on there. So it's free to save a life?
All it takes is a little bit of time.
A little bit of time. I love that. That's incredible. All right. So, Cathy, last minute here, I want to ask you this question. If there is somebody who is watching who thinks, I took a CPR class a long time ago, or I would be the person to call the 911, or maybe they're just thinking, I don't really need that. It's never going to happen to me. What would you say to them?
I'd say lean in.
Yes.
And even if you don't think you could do it, take the class because you could encourage someone else to do it.
Yes. I love that. I want to say thank you to both of you. You for continuing to give us the techniques and the procedures to save lives, and also for what you do every single day. You put your life on the line for us, so thank you so much.
You're welcome.
From me and from my family. And for you, Love Bug, you are a walking miracle. I thank you for leaning into your rehab, for being here today, and for the new lease on life that I see and the love in your eyes. You should be a spokesman for CPR for across the nation, because I think that enrollment would just double, if not triple. So thank you for being here.
Thank you.
All right. When we come back, the Tacoma Artist Studio Tour will be here. We have 3 fabulous artists that you want to check on your list to see. You don't want to miss that. We'll be right back.